Iya. Nggak mau pusing.
A shield is not enough to protect the most important things. That's why I must also wield a spear.
What should I try this time?
Lagi. Blub 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 blub. Oh.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Males gua.
On Fung's Ironmonger.
I am right by your side. But if you're still nervous, just take my hand. I will always seek to protect the things that are most important, no matter what it takes, even when it looks futile. Peace and good health should be enjoyed by all. If I can provide everyone with a life such as this, I will be content. My father was a scholar from the academia. He originally came to Aru village on a research trip, and then he met my mother. As for her, unfortunately, I only know what my father has told me. The day I was born, she began her journey into the eternal night.
Sedih juga.
They say that in every person's heart is a precious box into which they place the things they treasure so that they may guard them for their entire life. My heart harbors many treasures. Care to guess what those might be?
And shroud. Keep up. Yeah. Right. One with the force.
Yield!
Yeah.
Flee! Do your worst!
Can't see?
Yield!
Right. Yeah.
Flee!
One with the force. I'll uproot you.
To ashes! Hear my prayer! Yield!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Flee!
Keep up.
Yield!
And shroud. Right. Yeah.
Flee!
Ah, nggak kebaca.
I learned to wield the spear and shield, knowing that I would one day need them. And today, I use these skills to protect the village. So perhaps this new strength I now gain in the present is preparing me for trials that lie ahead in the future. A shield is not enough to protect the most important things. That's why I must also wield a spear.
protect us.
Beg for mercy.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape. Illusion shattered. Flood of frost. Crush. Shudder.
Aja lu nggak?
What's your battle plan? Shine down, torn to oblivion. There is no escape. Crush. Shudder. Freeze to the core. Beg for mercy.
Let's dance.
Shine down. Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Crush. Vengeance will be mine.
Let the show begin. Hi. Torn to oblivion. Beg for mercy. Flood of frost. Shudder. Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
Let's go gather some samples. Keep up.
Are you here to play with? Motion to compel.
One with the force. I hear everything.
Over here. Beg for mercy.
Enshroud. Oh. Yeah, I'll uproot you. Keep up. Oh.
Shudder. Boom boom. Beg for mercy. Crush.
Look at me.
More speed. More speed.
Are you here to play with me?
Can't see? Enshroud. Ah, I'll bury you.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Yeah.
Beg for mercy.
Look at me.
Motion to compel. Let's dance. Vengeance will be mine. Shudder.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Blink crush. More speed. More speed.
There you are.
Let the show begin. Shudder. Boom boom.
Can't see? Yeah.
The more, the merrier.
Blink.
Look at me.
Crush.
Keep up. Enshroud.
Incinerate.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
The more, the merrier.
Beg for mercy.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
I will protect you.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Stone.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Crumble!
Windblade!
Illusion shattered!
Shudder. Flood of frost. Crush. Shudder. Beg for mercy. I must leave no stone.
Shine down! There is no escape!
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Crush. Steady as stone.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Time to clean up.
Fisher!
Leave it all to me. Shudder.
Shine down!
Earth
Beg for mercy.
absolve you!
Illusion!
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not!
Shine down!
Experience
Steady
an
as
eon
stone.
of suffering!
There is no escape!
Shudder.
Shine down!
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine.
Back to the earth!
Crush.
I will not be destroyed!
More speed. I'll scout ahead.
Outrider Amber, reporting. I'll take care of it. I'll protect us.
Beg for mercy. Good grief. Weak. Pathetic. Crush. Absurd. Illusions are but distractions. Beg for mercy. Thunder. Without yearning, all returns to silence.
That must keep draining.
Purge all obstacles. There is no escape. Crush. More speed. Follows my blade. Shudder. Beg for mercy. Witness the final calamity. Crush.
Let the show out.
Inferior.
Go, go, Bermanfat!
Shudder. Eternity is in my hand. Beg for mercy.
No one escapes my sight.
Crush.
Don't worry about me.
Perish.
Shudder. Let it rain.
Freeze to the core. Crush. Inferior.
Go, Barbara.
Strike dead. Shudder. Weak. Beg for mercy. Shudder! Absurd! The eye sweeps the lands! Crush! Shudder! Beg for mercy. Falls on the land of eternity.
Windblade!
Good this body is eternal.
Let's dance. Hi.
Shudder! Purge all obstacles! Hey! There is no escape!
Hey!
Ruin follows my blade!
Not tired.
Juga M ya. Udah menit loh lawan dia.
Let the show begin.
Witness the final calamity! Beg for mercy! Perish! Shudder! Eternity is in my hands!
Gotta keep trying. I'll protect us.
Crush! Perish!
No one escapes my sight.
Shudder! Flood of frost! Crush! Shudder! Only emptiness awaits.
Wish me luck.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. A fine opportunity. How unbecoming. You've made
Beg for
some
mercy.
progress. Not bad. You've got a trick or two.
Let's dance.
Crush! No use hiding back there.
Quietly now.
All you do is run.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Eek! Go, Barb.
Shudder. Crush. Beg, good grief.
Your strength is praiseworthy. I too shall use all of mine. So, don't you dare disappoint me. Foul legacy, the devouring deep!
I'll protect us. Go, Barbara.
Well met. Crush.
Windblade!
Quietly now.
Oh, come on. We can do it.
Things are about to get dicey.
Touché. You beg for mercy.
Let the show begin.
Vengeance will be mine. Crush. Yeah. Ha. Shudder. Ha. Yeah.
You're cut above.
Gue tuh lupa punya berbagai macam karakter yang lupa gue pakai. Kayak posisi
Oh, how exciting! Yeah.
under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
What are my orders?
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chingsa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
Crush!
Born of ice and frost.
One.
I'm used to the rain, but you should probably use an umbrella.
I charge a higher rate to meet outside the office.
Keep up. Keep up.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chingsa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
Crush!
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Shudder!
Yeah.
Boom boom!
Crush! More speed.
Motion to compare.
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless. The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
I must leave no... Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
And shroud. Yeah.
Beg for mercy. Crush! Yeah. More speed. Leave it all to me.
One with the forest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep up. Can't see?
One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
mercy.
I'll uproot you! Rah!
Shudder!
Motion to compel. I must leave no stone unturned.
Freeze to the core!
Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold. The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Someone needs as steady as stone. Incinerate!
One with the forest. Yeah. Rah! Yeah. Yeah.
Crush!
As long as rain falls and rivers flow, water will exist forever.
Ayo.
Time to begin work?
I hear you've got a job for me.
Who's our target this time? Take it easy.
Ceritanya kali ya. Kayak ada dua refleks.
Yeah. I missed a spot.
You can't run! Shudder! Leave it all to beg for mercy. Judgment! Gotcha! Shudder!
Quietly now. Busted.
You can't run! Beg for mercy. Judgment! Crush! Yeah! Yeah! Beg for mercy. You can't run! Crush! More speed. Shudder! Judgment! Gotcha! You can't run! Beg for mercy.
There's still a long road ahead.
Who's our target this time?
Incinerate!
Crush!
Quietly now.
Beg for mercy. Crush! Shudder!
Motion to compel!
Crush!
Incinerate!
Shudder!
Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding. Take it easy.
Motion to compel!
Crush!
Busted.
Windblade!
More speed.
Incinerate!
Shudder!
Take it easy.
Beg for mercy.
Quietly now.
Crush!
Gotcha.
Shudder! Crush!
Quietly now.
Boom boom!
Wind blade!
Shudder! More speed.
Incinerate!
Crush!
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Ayo kita lanjut cerita. Oh iya, gue lupa. Wawan tobat incoming.
We can do this! It's time to get ready.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Yep. Ayo kita putar yang obat.
This looks like Inazuma.
Memang.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful. Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here. Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace? You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer, took him back to Tatarasuna. And the rest is history. Well, it used to be. In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second-in-command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Kill. Bunuh.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Terus jalan.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Baik lagi.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others.
Dan dia tidur.
You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Lanjut lagi. Dapat lagi.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Beg for mercy.
Let's end this quickly.
Quietly now.
Shudder.
I'll protect us.
Yeah. Beg for mercy. Crush.
This is trouble. Finally, so quiet. Well met.
Shudder.
No excuse for slacking. You can't run.
Beg for mercy.
Time to fulfill my duty. No slacking.
Crush.
I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Shudder.
All you guys, like I went too far.
Beg for mercy.
My duty at an end.
Ini
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
apa?
Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so,
Flashback,
but I
flashback.
still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
You can't run from death.
Jangan terakhir.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
Ternyata memang dia.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Bejibun.
Let's move on.
Oke, lanjut lagi. Jelasin lagi. Jelasin lebih perubahan.
You're a
Sampai sini
god.
lagi.
Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Apa yang berpikir dengan keras? Selesai yang begini.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Halo, dia pusing 7 keliling.
Set him free.
A puppet?
Here we go again.
What's he doing here?
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
Waduh, apa lagi nih? Ya dia pusing keliling, ada es batu lewat. Gundam juga lewat lagi. Cepat saja,
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Terus gitu ya. Cepat sadar. Itu nih, nah. Cepetan sadar bro. Ateng otw entet. Entet dengan wajah yang sangat bagus.
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
You got any more stupid questions? Upon the gale. Search for it. wind rises. Squall and Fury. At my command, you shall fall. Insignificant pest! That's far enough. My endless cycle begins! Nothing worth mentioning. The wind rises. Search for it. Know your place. Feeble human. Squall and Fury. Insignificant pest!
Sip, cepet deh. Capek kalau Bunda bukan ada 2. Nah ya, enough.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
Nggak mungkin lagu kalah. Jelas masalah kalah sama
Again, you're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Sip. Akhirnya udah inget juga ya.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Udah selesai. Kita keliling dulu semua. Time to leave.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
Okay.
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui.
Di sini konfirmasi bahwa
recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
ya, Cindra konfirmasi bahwa Wawan sudah tobat atau Bang Dadang sudah tobat.
So, you're
Bang
quitting
Dadang
the
berubah jadi
Fatui for
Wawan.
good?
Balladeer. Bang Dadang berubah jadi Wanderer Wawan.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish.
Setuju. Nggak gampang.
What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Silahkan. Wawan tobat.
Oh right,
Wawan tobat.
I almost forgot. You're the good guys.
Iya.
You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Apa yang terjadi? Sama. Saya juga penasaran.
I will try.
Traveler.
Aku baca jawabannya. Kenapa? Ya. Apa, Wawan?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Ya, perasaan. Apa nggak?
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Ya. Boleh.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Wawan. Apa terlalu bingung sih semuanya Wawan.
Have you got anything?
Wonders and nostalgia. Yep. Apa nih? Do so with chat. Namain Wawan. Mantap. Mantap. Sip.
Are you sure?
Yakin? Ya. Udah.
Oh, all right. If you say so.
Sip.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Yes. Wanto.
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Tapi kapan lagi kan?
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall.
Yep.
Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
Yuk, lanjut.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon
Ya,
is
ayo
starving.
dong, lapar.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Sky will reveal everything to us.
Udah. Oke.
The sky will reveal everything to us. The sky will reveal everything to us. The sky will reveal everything to us. The sky will reveal everything to us.
Udah balik.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Ya udah istirahat. Dah.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase.
Apa tuh?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You sound lost and confused. I
Betul.
know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Siapa lagi?
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Siapa tuh?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Siapa ya? Siapa tuh? Selesai. Quest lawan tobat pun selesai. Tada. Raden. Waktunya ke pertemuan Abang Ade. Hari ini kita temanya cerita. Ya, dia pegang kepala. Pusing ya.
Huh?
Pusingnya.
Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Teyvat, right?
Who's asking? Do you need something from us?
You bet I do. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. It's from another Outlander. He was a crafty fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
Well, we are always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on a whim. So, what address did that person give you anyway?
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
What? So the address is Paimon?
Yeah, exactly, right? And if I failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate him. Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here.
Bagus.
Of course, here it is. All yours.
Come on! Paimon wants to have a look too!
Wadi kayak. Apa nih? Oke, intinya kayak pengen kesini. Tanya.
Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru.
Kesini dapat.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well.
Yep.
From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us. Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you think he's making this sound like a miracle of fate so that we'd have to go meet up with him?
Ya.
Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to see old friends. The letter says that he hangs out at Jafar Tavern every afternoon. Perhaps we should drop in on him then, huh?
Oke. Karpet.
This was a first for me. It's a good thing luck was on my side.
Nunggu sore ngapain? Tas dong. Habisin bensin.
What is the situation?
La da 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 da.
Iya, tapi dek.
Let's dance!
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Vengeance will be mine!
Crush!
More speed! Beg for mercy!
Shine down! Crush!
for mercy. Huh? Yeah. More speed.
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Freeze to the core. Shudder. Crush.
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Wind blade.
Shudder. Yeah. Crush. Beg for mercy. More speed.
Go, Barbara, go! Huh? I'll protect us.
Yeah. Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Flood of frost. Shudder. Crush. Yeah. Shudder.
Illusion shattered!
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Let's dance.
Now you shall perish.
Vengeance will be mine.
I'll protect us.
Shudder.
Oke.
Kaya shimmy at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
Tayangan, tayangan, tayangan.
I'll have
Tentang
something I
gimana?
haven't
Muncul
tried
di mana?
yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried every type of liquor we serve.
Oh? Well then, just the bill, please. That's just as well, I suppose. I do have other matters to attend to.
Kaya, you're really here! Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after all. And come now, I wouldn't joke about wanting to see my good friends.
Bagus. Yaudah.
Wait a second. You must be here on official business, right? What do you think you're doing spending every afternoon drinking at the tavern? You itching for a lecture from Jean?
Not at all. The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her? The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here. So despite how it might look, I'm actually at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes. Sumeru spices are famous the world over, and it's long been rumored that this fine establishment was where a certain very popular spiced cocktail was invented. That's why the Knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
And how did that go?
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential collaboration.
Yeah, that does sound like a great business opportunity. Guess Don Winery and Master D-Luke are gonna make a tidy sum from this one too, huh?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Whether this lucrative opportunity gets passed along to Don Winery or not depends on how nice I'm feeling.
Hey! Using your job to settle personal grievances isn't very knightly, Captain!
Yep.
Oh? What makes you say that? Very sharp of you. I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
And? Do continue.
Do I have to? When I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Well, all right, since you're so interested. Like I said, I was very young then. Don Winery had only just taken me in. I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting. I'm sure you'll agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level. And my roots? They're in Conria, which is said to have been located deep underground, somewhere near Sumeru. And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo, and silently joined the merchant delegation on their trip to Sumeru. But it wasn't long before the merchant delegation received news that I'd gone missing. Their leader promptly found me, and before I knew it, my adoptive father was dragging me back home by the ear. It was a short-lived adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling story for you.
Yep.
Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Conria was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young. My life had less and less to do with Conria as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well. I used to believe that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father. But then I began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to keep me alive. As well as ensuring that I'd be safely cut off from certain things. The thought that I might be able to actually live a happy life there must have been the icing on the cake. This is obviously all speculation. Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this topic. These days, my surname, Alberich, is probably the only link to Conria that I have left.
One death afternoon, please, boss. Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name, Alberich?
Dani?
Ah, you've decided to join us.
Akhirnya lo gabung
I was
ya.
wondering how long you
Kalau
planned on
dia
listening
berarti
in.
ketemu pakai kita
I
deh.
believe I've seen you before in Mondstadt. Dainsleif, if I'm not mistaken.
So you remember me. Then we are already acquainted, Kaya Alberich, descendant of the Abyss Order's founder.
Huh?
What?
I take it that you weren't aware of this until now, Kaya. Or you wouldn't have been so forthcoming with your surname.
Oh my. That's quite a lot of baggage for a surname, isn't it? Though I must say, it does confirm an old suspicion of mine. I suppose that was why my father left me in Mondstadt after all.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of skepticism.
Well, perhaps what you told me just happens to answer some questions I carry in my memories. And in any case, I recognize your eyes. You're a pure-blood Conrian, aren't you?
Very clever.
Bagus sekali.
Forgive me for being direct, but I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past, then keep it that way.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss Order in any way, are you?
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a rather sudden turn for the deadly serious. And I'm afraid that as someone from Mondstadt, I'm not accustomed to this sort of atmosphere. So what if I know my ancestry? Do I strike you as the type who would be bound by that kind of thing? Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been. Either way, looks like we're out of time. I've got a spice merchant to meet in a minute, so I'll leave the three of you to carry on the conversation without me.
Well, alright then. You go do your thing, Kaya.
See you around. And Dainsleif, no need to listen in from the sidelines next time we meet. Let me buy you a drink.
You don't really trust him, do you, Dane? You're both from Conria, but you get on like oil and water.
The fact is, I still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions. But can a person truly be unaffected by their ancestry? This remains to be seen.
Lanjut lagi.
Well, I suspect that they call your sister their princess precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
Oh, so if she was the founder, she'd be the queen, right?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate. Do you remember that name?
Yeah, the Abyss Order's evil plan! We learned about that back in Mondstadt.
Not new. Not exactly. My memories suffer from erosion. But while I was recovering my health recently, I suddenly remembered something. Your sister. She mentioned the Loom of Fate back when we traveled together.
Apa nih?
Apparently so. I was also quite surprised when these memories tallied up. I recall that we were traveling to Sumeru when the matter was brought up.
So, you're going to the place that she mentioned back then?
Correct. At that time, they must have been introduced in one way or another to this concept. If I recall correctly, we were somewhere in a Vidya forest then.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Maybe we'll discover some secret that's lain hidden for hundreds of years!
No. Now is not the time. No, it's just... I'm still waiting for my drink.
Welcome. Everyone should check out Zubair Theater.
Should I adjust the shit?
Talk to the bartender if you want.
How
a
can
drink.
there be kairagi here?
There's no difference between the desert and the sea.
Everyone should check out Zubair Theater.
Waduh. Kayaknya jangan sekarang. Malam. Lanjutkan ini nanti di lain waktu. Beda. Ini gue udah selesai. Terima kasih untuk semuanya. Intinya kita Wawan jadi Wanto, jadi Dani, terus mana kayak oke, and then yo, bye, dadah.
Oh? Well, if you're concerned about keeping things professional, maybe you can find more use for me on the front lines. How about it, boss? Just don't feel intimidated by what I can do. Leaving already? See you next time, then. Don't make me wait too long, though.
Bye, Omang. Bye.